And this represents Michelangelo. He was a genius, and so is Brad.
And he also was gay.
Solution of the dilemma that we have. Now down here, you have some very pretty, I would call them young hearts, and very how do you say, feminine and also very masculine. If you notice, though, there's some holes in the hearts, and they need to be filled. And they are being filled by addressing the issues here at the Gay Community Service Center. But what I want you to pay particular attention to are these red and black jewels. Brad came up with a very good idea, and that is, there's a problem with old people. Maybe it could better be solved by old people.
That's awesome. Love it. That's great.
These are seniors.
Yes.
The red one.
Oh, I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. Yeah. So these were the young. These are the seniors.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, Brad, do you want to share with us what you did?
Well, I kind of made a mess out of it now.
That's okay.
This was I created a palette for him because he wants a way of expressing through painting and drawing and get encouragement from the class, like by doing it in front of it. If he was at home by himself, he probably wouldn't be doing this, So I created this for him, and he made this.
Oh, cool.
I like that. It's a tree.
That's gorgeous.
And with red apples.
Love to have seniors teaching this class. The problem with the teachers has been they're all young, they're working, they get a good job and they have to leave because they have to pay their bills. If we had seniors, they might be retired, they're more likely to stay. We would love to have a senior, and the big problem with having seniors teaching, and not only this class, but we'd have a whole huge pool of volunteers. We have so many talented seniors on our program that we would have a whole huge pool of volunteers of people to teach all sorts of classes. Where they teach you how to use your iPad and your cell phone to take better pictures. I think, see, I'm not even interested in that, but Mimi would like it, and there are other people. They teach you techniques on how to take better photos and videos.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's an everyday thing that can fit into your life every day. That can really, make a difference in documenting your own life. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, more and more people are having, have smartphones or iPads and. Oh look, see, Mimi's got an iPad.
I just got my first smartphone, and I'm trying to learn how to use it. So you and I probably will both be in that class learning how to use this new.
Okay, so Raymond, one of the things that he explained was an issue for him. He really wanted a place to come. He loves having a central place where everybody comes to work on their own art. But one of the things that he said was that it wasn't necessarily about the instruction. It was more about having the opportunity to come and do it in the same space and having a central space. And so basically this represents a large room, okay, a large room. And these are each stations. So up here I had the sculpture station. I like that. So this is like, it's a table that would have like drawers in it or cabinets. So it would have all sorts of sculpture supplies. It would have some chairs around it. Here would be like a painting station. There would be maybe a station for writing, where you'd have, papers, pens, but computers, dictionaries. You have it set up at this little station, so you could go into that station, you could write. Maybe there would be a photography station. All the photography supplies would be at the station. So basically, this would be a room that's always set up this way. Perhaps there's like an open time of like Friday 1 to 5 or something, where you can come in. It's not so formal that you have to come in every week, but it's available to you. You can come in, you can pick your station, You can go to that station and work on something. You can work with the other people who are there, or you can just grab supplies. I had these little things that I put in between. So basically in between the stations would be like a little table and chair, so you could take your supplies, go sit down by yourself, or work with somebody. But most importantly to me was to have this central area, because you know, you want that opportunity to have somebody help you, and to work with other people if that's what, you know, whatever you're working on involves that. So this little central area would be like a big table in the middle where you could gather and collect your work together. You know, say you're working on some project and, you know, at 3 p.m. you've kind of come to a stopping point, or like you're stuck, and you want to come into the center, and this is where people would meet and talk about what they're working on and share ideas, and there would be a facilitator here. Maybe there's some couches and some chairs. I'm envisioning a fairly large space for this. And you know that you could also just come into the space and sit down at the table, see what people are working on. But having these stations where all the supplies are gathered, and you know, there's some resources and some materials that you can look at, maybe some books, some computers, some things that, you know, but knowing that there's a facilitator or two who can come and help you, there's a central area where everybody can meet, and where everybody can bring their ideas together and kind of gather them. So
that's good. Well, you know, Echelon, which is absurd, they have a studio very much like that, where it's not quite as big as, you know, it was an old house, but they converted it, and they have everything you could possibly want, from clay to, and sometimes you're there all by yourself, and then there's sometimes a lot of people there, and it's always open. You can come day or night, and nobody's gonna, you know, it's a wonderful place. But that's a great place, and I also like the idea of critiques, because I think that's important to hear what we all say about our own work and what other people think of our work. Because, you know, sometimes one little thing can be very helpful.
Well, and also I'll add to that, because one of the things that Raymond said that he enjoyed about these classes was you know, the social aspect of it, and, you know, having people to talk to and having people to interact with. That, you know, one of the things he mentioned was that, like, coming into this class was kind of felt like kindergarten to him, having, you know, that excitement of like being able, like, anything's possible, doing whatever you want. And that a great story he mentioned, you know, was being in that class as a child and having the teacher tell him, go over there and play with the boys with the blocks. And how the great thing about being in this situation as opposed to that situation was that nobody told him he had to go play with the blocks. That it's really freeing to come and work on artistic things with other LGBT seniors, because it gives you that opportunity to you know, do those things that maybe you didn't get to do when you were in kindergarten. And you forget how to do those things. You forget how to be creative and just do, you know, make something, because you get caught up with life as you get older and you have a job, and then as you retire, you have finally that opportunity to say, hey, like, I can, you know, do something creative again, and, you know, break the rules and make something fun and have that experience with other people. So